took a long time to load. Hey guys, happy Mother's Day to all you badass women that have to take control of every single thing their kids do in their life. I wanted to know if I'm alone about this. So about 2 years ago, I started hating Mother's Day. And I blamed it on it being so close to Hazel's birthday and my birthday that I lost nail cleaning. That it wasn't special. It was like just brushed into Hazel's birthday and then brushed into my birthday. Like it wasn't anything. Bleh. And then I started to think about it more this year, because I noticed that same almost bitterness coming. I don't know what that was, coming up in my heart, and I didn't want to feel that way about Mother's Day, and I wanted to be able to let it go. But I realized why I have such a grudge almost against Mother's Day. It is because I love, okay, let me start with this. I love David with all my heart. Like, we're meant to be together, and he's so nice and so sweet, and he's constantly asking me, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do for the birthday? What do you want to do about Hazel and her IAP? What do you want to do for Scarlett's birthday? What do you think we should do for his birthday? What do I want to do for my birthday? I realized that I had this feeling about it because I was in control of it. Like, I, as a woman, and I'm sure most women on here can testify to it, like, I am in charge of, I feel personally like I'm in charge of everything. He's really good. He cooks, he cleans, he works unbelievably hard, and I'm truly blessed to have him in my life. But this holiday and my birthday, I realized I don't want to be in charge. Like, I don't want to have to make my decision for what's for my birthday. What we're going to do, who we're going to see. I don't want to, I can have an opinion about it, but when it comes down to it, I want to just be able to let go, if that makes sense. And just be like, you take the reins, the wheel. You know what I mean? Like, you take charge. I think that's why most women love 50 Shades of Grey, because he takes control. And that's initially what I wanted. Like, and I didn't realize that's what I wanted, because I'm just so used to being in charge of ABA, being in charge of my business, being in charge at work, being in charge in the house, being in charge with everything that has to do with autism in our house and all the choices that go along with what's best for her future. When it comes to Scarlett and her glasses and OT and all our family decisions, down to like toothpaste and toilet paper, because I go to the store initially to get it, is my decision. And I feel like at the end of the day, we can only make so many decisions a day without being burnt out. And that is a big burden on me, and I don't know why it is. And I wanted to know if you feel that way too. So one of the things that I've noticed, besides like always being in charge, is that I have to communicate it, because God knows men are not mind readers. And if I don't even understand why I have this bitterness in my heart, then he sure the hell isn't. So realizing that I had to express it to him. Okay, which isn't always easy, because I felt so frustrated and I didn't know why I was frustrated, and I really had to like step back and realize why I was frustrated. But just communication. Like, you have to have an open communication with your spouse if you want things to run smoothly. There's a lot of tongue biting and saying sorry from both of us, which I've never had in a relationship before. You have to have sex with your spouse. You have to edify your spouse. You can't always point out everything they do wrong, because as women, we have a certain expectation, but we are not their mothers. So you have to let them be them. You can't constantly be up their ass nagging, because that's going to make them not want to do it. You have to be able to edify them, appreciate them. Thank you for going to the grocery store thank you for taking out the trash. You have to expect that you're not going to be thanked in return for your like to-do list that you do that's like 3,000. But that's most men's love language, is like touch and edifying and just acknowledging, even if it is ours. I've noticed eventually it came back, and this has been over 2 years that I have been edifying him, biting my tongue, saying I'm sorry even when I don't feel like I'm wrong, and just loving him unconditionally. That it's really changed our dynamic of our relationship. But I had to open that communication with him, if that makes sense. Like I had to open and tell him how I felt. So this past Mother's Day today, I told him I don't want to be in charge. I want you to be mom and you take the kids and do whatever. I just want to do what I want without having to like stop every 20 minutes for a cookie or a drink or a diaper change, or she's looking at me and she's touching me and she's breathing. All of that, it's on you today. That's all I said. And he let me do whatever I want and he took full charge. And I'm really appreciative of that. That's what I wanted. I don't want to be in control of everything. Do you feel like that too at the end of the day? That if you do so much and you're in charge of so much, that you're like sitting there and they look over at you and they're like, what's for dinner? And you just want to be like, I don't fucking care. I don't know. Whatever you want. Like, I don't want to decide what's for dinner. I don't want to decide anything. I've decided everything today with the doctors and ABA and emailing the principal and following up with people, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make another decision. Can't you decide what's for dinner? Like, it just burns me out. And we had that long conversation this weekend about that, and I think he gets it. And I think that's important, that if you feel something like that like a bitterness and frustration and you can't figure it out, to figure it out and then communicate it with your spouse. Communicate it with your entire family, because it's important for the whole family to understand your dynamic, because if mom's not happy, no one's happy. And we work hard, you know what I mean? So it's important to know, like, all right, like even when it comes to my business, like tonight I have a call at 8:30, so I already expressed I have a call at 8:30. This week we'll be unplugged this day and this day. And this day we're doing whatever. And the rest of the days I'm going to be working on my business at night for 2 hours. You know what I mean? But you have to communicate it. And I think that's a big thing missing in relationships. And whether you figure out how to, sometimes it has to be over text, especially if it's a hard subject. But the point of it is communicating. And I had to communicate that I didn't want to be in charge for my birthday, for Mother's Day, for every single life decision that we have in our family. So I hope this helps you. If that's something that you're feeling in your heart too, happy Mother's Day. You guys are awesome.